absorption rate for fixed overheads using each of the above capacity levels as a denominator. Right. So looking at that example, we know that they said to us using the following, the above capacity as a denominator. So our denominator is going as a denominator. Okay, so which means to say that our numerator is going to be the production overheads. We're on
Sorry,
page 100. Yes, page 184.
oh, 184. Thank you.
Okay. So if they want us to use the capacity levels as the denominator, our numerator will then be the production overheads of that amount. Okay. So let's look at this example. We want to calculate the absorption rate for the fixed overheads. So in the first case of the following on the normal annual production. So 920 units is produced, 85,000 machine hours, 350,000 direct labor hours, and the total kilograms of direct labor material converted. So let's look at the first 120,000. So the denominator will be the 920,000 units, our 85,000 machine hours, our 350,000 direct labor hours, and our 240,000 kilograms of material that was converted. So we're going to allocate this amount, right, to each product. Okay, so for the units produced, okay, we're going to get an amount of 2.61 there. Then for the machine hours, we're going to get 28 Rand 59 cents per machine hour, or 35 cents, sorry. And for our direct labor hours, we're going to get an amount of 6 Rand 88 cents per direct labor hour. And on our material that is converted, we're going to get an amount of 10 Rand 47. So those are our absorption rates. So you need to listen to the question as to what is going to absorb, what the question wants. Okay. So in this case, it was pretty simple. You'd absorb your total production cost to each output capacity which they gave us. So let's look at the following. And the question always starts with this, no? Just remember. Okay, so let's look at the following. Example, activity 7.3 on page 185. So use the example in 7.3 and assume that Harari produces two different types of umbrella, a large and a fold up. Okay. And an umbrella that can fold and fit into the handbag. The following information pertains. So they are saying to us that the unit of production was 920,000, right? The units that they produced. Okay, so on my large, I can't get in, but you then sending us a message. So how did you send the message if you can't get in? Do you understand that? Okay, so you have the large umbrella and your fold up umbrella. And for the large, it is split at 370,000. Okay, and the fold up is 550,000. Right? Our budgeted machine hours we said was 85,000. Right? And they split it into the 25,000 and they split it into the 60,000. Right. So your budgeted direct labor hours, they gave you is 350,000, and they split it into 110,000 and 240,000 for the fold umbrella. And then the budgeted kilograms was 240,000, and that will be 142,000 and 98,000. Okay. Highlight this. Okay. So now the question here is using the fixed overhead absorption rate for each of the four possibilities, right? And for each type of umbrella, calculate the fixed budgeted production overhead per unit as well as the total fixed overheads. Right, so let's look at it. So for this large umbrella of 370,000, what are we going to do with this 370,000? So we know that the fixed overhead was 261, right? So 261, where's my calculator? Times 370,000. Just see quickly. 261 times 370,000. Yeah. Okay. Remember, it's 261.196, eh? So I'm just rounding it off. So I'm going to portion it. If I must apportion it, all right, let's just write here apportion. So if I were to apportion my units as the driver, right? I would get 969,252. If I say 550,000 times your 262 rand 6196, right? Then I'm going to get 1,440,780. So altogether, that is going to add up to my 410,000. 2,410,000. So when we apportion these two, I have to get my full cost. So the 85,000, let's look at that 85,000 in question. Okay. So the total machine hours we said was 25,000, right? Let me just see. What is the 25,000 times 28 rand 39 cents? I got such a headache, eh? 28 rand 35. Yeah. So I'm going to portion my machine hours now. So 28.35, which is this amount, right, times your 25,000 is going to give me an amount of 708,823, right? And then 60,000 times 28.35, blah, 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 is going to give me an amount of 1,701,174. And together, there, I should get 2,410,000. These numbers are slightly out because of this number here is not 2.61, it's 2.6196. There's still two numbers left. Okay. So if I want to find out on if I want to portion the umbrella type, okay, of the 110,000. So I'm going to pay, say, 6 Rand 8857. Yes, we are using the study guide. We're on page 185 right now on example 7.3. Okay. So 6 Rand 88 times 110,000 right? Let me just calculate it quickly. 6 rand 88 times 110,000. Okay. Okay, so it's 757,427, right? And 688 times the 240,000, you're gonna get an amount of 165,256 8, and that should equal the 2410 with all the rounding off. Okay, let's look at our material consumption, and it is 10 rand and 47417. Okay, and if you multiply that times that, you're going to apportion the rate to 1425921. And if you're going to apportion it 98,000 times 10 rand 47, you're going to get an amount of 984,087. You're going to get the 2410, something like that. So we are just basically apportioning um, the overheads if there's more than one product. Okay, so if I were to tell you that product product lettuce, right, has four products, A, B, C, C, and D, and the total overheads um, is equal to 1.5 million, right? Um, and they're apportioned on the basis of 20%, 30%, 10%, and 40%. Give me the amounts that calculate A, B, C, and D. You can just type your answer in the chat.
Aziza, must we type it in the chat or is it fine?
You want to give it to me?
Yeah, it's just for A, it's 300,000,
Uh-huh.
and
Uh-huh.
then for B is 450,000.
Okay.
C is 150,
Yes.
and then D is 600,000, and altogether that would make the 1.5 million.
1.5. Okay. Okay. Thanks. That is basically how we're going to do it. So let's move over and let's go to our secondary allocation apportionment. So let's look at example 7.4. Okay, on page 189. So it says there that Maputo Limited is a manufacturing company with two production departments, P1 and P2. The company has two service departments, S1 and S2, that provides services to the production department. S2 provides the most services to other departments. The management accounting is finalizing the budget for next year. She has budgeted for the total production of 960. So now we know that the total production is 960,000 rand. So however you're going to apportion it, it's going to have to equal 960,000 rand. It's like you have a liter Coke. You give the eldest child, I don't know who's old enough, but back in the day, the eldest child got more than the youngest child. So the elder child will get a full glass, and then the second elder child will get three-quarter glass, the other one will get a half a glass, and that will equal that liter bottle. Who remembers that? Or did it just happen in our family? Anyway, so we're going to apportion, and then they say that she must apportion this cost on the ratio of um, 35%, 25, 20, and 20. Right. Um, to P1, P2 is 1 and 2, respectively, using the step method. Now, the step method, you will see it steps, like a step. So that's how you know that's a step method. Overhead absorption rates are based on machine hours. So that's what you need to look for. So our driver is going to be the machine hours. It is estimated that P1 and P2 will be 12,000 and 6,000 hours respectively. So how do we go about doing this? So I need to apportion my overheads based on 35, 20, 20, and 20, and based on the total cost of 960,000. So let's start. How do you do that?
Sorry, Aziza, I missed again the page number. It's 189.
189, yeah.
Okay, you.
Okay. You don't want to tell me how you're going to apportion it. So basically, 35%, 960 times 35%, that will
It's
give me 336.
and 36.
Okay, 25% would give me
240.
240,000. This one will give 192,000, and that one will give me 192,000. Okay, let's just no, let's just write our production departments here. P1, P2, S1, and S2. And this now equals the 960,000. Okay. So now I need to um write off my S2, provide services to all other departments. Okay. So we are going to do the step allocation, and this 192,000 here, I'm going to
Mm-hmm.
have to write it off. Okay. So let's do it. So that 192,000, I'm going to allocate to these departments here, P1, P2, and S1. But I must also be sure that I am cancelling out this 20%. So in actual fact, it is now 35 over 80, right? 35 over 80 times 192,000. Am I talking nonsense? Yeah, it's 84,000. I So it's 84,000 that I'm going to portion at 192,000, right? Over the 25%, I'm going to say 25 divided by 80 times 192,000. So I'm going to get a 60,000. Everybody with me? And 120 divided by 80 equals 25% times 192,000. So I'm going to get 48,000. Right. And that will then equal my 192,000. Am I correct? So we've now wrote that off. Now, just I don't think it's my line, it's somebody else's line. Okay. So now I'm sitting with 420, 300,000, right? And 240,000. And that is my totals that I have. But I need to write off S1 department as well, right? So let's go for S1. So 240,000, I'm going to say 35, right? So 35 divided by 60 times 240,000. So I'm going to get 150,000, right? I'm going to say 25 divided by 60 times,
Sorry, Aziza.
yes,
Can you hear me?
yes.
Sorry to take you back, but on the product letters, I'm not sure how we got the 300,000 rand. Can you explain that for me? There's 300, 450, all those numbers. Can you please explain that to me again?
Okay, let's start here from the beginning. At the beginning, we had all these departments, P1, P2, and all together, the production overheads costed 960,000, right? So S2, we are going to have to write off and allocate S2's production overheads to all the other existing departments. So because X2 is 192,000, I am going to do the calculation like this, something like this. So I'm going to say
Um,
100 minus the 20 equals 80. That's step one, because that is the 20 that I am minusing off. So to write,
can
you,
you,
I can hear you. What is a problem?
yes, I'm asking about the first one, not what you're doing now.
I'm explaining
The
from the
one with the
beginning
A, B,
now
C, D.
with the A, B,
Okay.
C, D. This year. Are you talking about this year?
Yes, yes.
Oh, that. I know. This is we were past that one already. Okay, let me just explain this one. This one we divided. We said that the production total cost is 1.5 million, but we're allocating each department based on a percentage. So all you do is you say
Yes.
1.5 million times 20%, 1.5 million times 30%, 1.5 million times 10%, and 1.5 million times 40%. And that's how we got our cost. If you add it all up, it will go to 1.5 million.
Okay, thank
Okay.
you.
Must I still continue explaining this, or does everybody
No,
understand this that I was explaining now? I don't have to.
You can continue,
Okay,
no.
so
Aziza,
let's
to explain
continue
that
here.
one.
Continue where I left off, or continue from where I thought the lady wanted me to be when I was here. Let's just do it from here. Okay, let's just do it from here. So I said here, if I want to write off the 192,000 to service department PS1 and P production department P1 and P2, I'm going to say 100 minus 20 because I'm writing that off, and it's no longer 20%, it's now 80%. So I'm going to say 35 divided by 80 times 192,000. In the next one, I will say 25 divided by 80 times 192,000. The next one, I will go 20 divided by 80 times 192,000. All right. So then I got those amounts here. I added them up, and now I want to write off S1. So S1 is 240,000, so I follow the same rule. 100 minus 20 minus another 20 equals 60. So 35 divided by 60 times 240,000, and that will give me 140,000. Then I go again, 25 divided by 60 times 240,000. Okay, so I'm getting 100,000. So 300,000 plus 100,000 is 400,000, and 420 plus 140 is 560,000. So I'm equal to my 960,000. Okay, I have just integrated my cost into the existing service departments or production departments. They said to us there that it is estimated that P1 and P2 will work at 12,000 hours and at 6,000 hours. So you say 560,000 divided by 12, and you get an amount of 46 Rand, and 400,000 Rand divided by 6,000 hours, you're going to get an amount of 6 Rand. Can you see? Not that difficult. Let's go to tutorial, the tutorial guide, and let's look at example.
Sorry, Aziza.
Yes.
Hi, sorry, man. I was with you until that 400,000. I'm confused about the 12,000 and the 6,000.
Okay, so the 12,000, they said to us that P1, if you read it, I said
Oh,
that
yes, I
P1
see it. You will work 12,000 in 6 years. Sorry, man,
yeah.
about that. Okay, sorry.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, let's go to our book and look at, let me just see which one it is that I wanted to do. Okay, let's do question 10 quickly. On page 41, I think, I don't know if it's 41 or 42. Oh, I've got a headache. Are we recording this? Yeah. Is everybody by question 10 in tutorial 102?
Yes, Aziza.
Okay, so let's look at this question. Westbank or Westbank Motors Limited uses department overhead recovery rate based on two production departments, machining and assembly, and service departments, M and stores. Okay, so they gave us the overheads of 1.3 million, but they did not give the amounts. So at the bottom, they said that they apply 60%, 20%, 15%, and 5%. So I want you to calculate for me if the total production overhead is 1,360,000. I want to give me, and just 1 minute, eh? So you've got production department M, A, and M and S. Okay, this is machining, assembly, maintenance, and servicing. So I want you to give me the production, the overheads per department. Just 1 minute.
Machinery.
Yeah, just apportion it for me.
Aziza,
Yes,
where can I find the questions again?
it's on in your tutorial 102. The one.
Yes, which page? What page?
Is it page 40 or 41 or 42? It's question 10.
Is it question 9?
Question 10.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Hi, Aziza. Do you need the answers?
Yes, I need it.
Okay. So for the production of them, it is 816,000, and then for A it's 272,000. For M, for the services, it's 204,000. And then for the services, it's 68,000 for S.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So now they said to us that the maintenance department will be reapportioned on the basis of machine book value, whereas the stores department will be reapportioned on the basis of value of direct materials. Right? Secondary allocation takes place on service providing basis. The maintenance department rents the service to all, where the stores department rent the service to all the production. So write off your first cost. I want you to write off the first cost. Anybody get an amount?
Is the first one 144,000?
Anybody else get something else?
I have two answers. I was just not sure which one is. No. I did both, but I don't know if I
What is
apportioned
your
it.
other answer?
So my other answer is 42,947,36 cents.
That's my look wrong.
Yeah, it's just.
Okay, we'll wait for other people to answer. Who's all in today?
It's
Any other answer? Are you still trying or did you give up?
We're still trying.
Oh, okay, I'll give you a chance to try. Let me know when you stop trying.
Okay. Okay, Aziz. Hello.
Yes, I'm here. Okay, what did you
So
get?
for M,
Give me the answer for M. What did you get?
122,400.
Okay, she's a winner. Okay, so explain to them how you got the 122,400.
Okay. So it's 204,000
Uh-huh.
multiplied by 480 divided by 800.
And that gives you the 122,400.
Yes.
How did you get that 800?
Sorry?
How did you get that 800?
800.
Yes.
There's 480 plus 200 plus 120. It's 800,000.
Oh,
And then
now
you
I see.
divide
Okay,
it.
okay. Thanks.
Okay.
Okay, so let's just give you 5 minutes and you do A. You may shout out your answers, except the lady that answered before this.
So now my answer is going to be 51,000.
Okay, tell us how you got the 51,000.
I now 2,400 ne, times 200,000 divided by 80. So I get 51,000.
Okay. I give you another 2 minutes to do S. Stores.
For stores, I think it's 30,000 and 30,600 if I'm correct.
Okay. Can you
I
explain to
used
them how you got the 30?
204,000.
Uh-huh.
I used 204,000 times 480 divided by that 800.
Okay. Let's check the times here. Okay. Okay. So now let's do the stores. Ach nee. Okay, I couldn't write that off. Okay, so let's write out 98,600 off.
Okay, for my general, I got
Hold on, is there somebody else that wants to answer? Let me just ask somebody else first. Bilkis, Ethan, did you get an answer? Robin, hello Robin. Oh, it's Rushana. Rushana, did you get an answer? Ethan? Oh, Robin is here. Robin, did you get an answer?
Didn't. I'm pretty lost
The
today.
focus on the ball. Why?
I'm lost too, sorry.
And the rest?
I'm also lost.
Where did you get lost? Must I go back?
Aziza,
Whether,
I'm lost. But that 480 that is divided by 800, that is where I
okay,
got
the
lost.
4. Okay, let me just explain to you.
Thank you.
They said that the book value, right? So 480, you see the example they gave us, the machinery's book value, right? They say there's a bullet point. The machines department cost will be reapportioned on the basis of machines book value, whereas stores will be reapportioned on the basis of direct materials. So let's look at machinery's book value. Can you see the 480 in the production in department? Can you see the 200 in the A department. Can you see the 70,000 in the service department and the 120? So that gave me 800. So you're going to say like I did it here. 480 divided by 800 times 204,000. Work like this systematically. 200 divided by 800 times 204,000. Right? 70 divided by 800 times 204,000. 120 divided by 800 times 204,000. So that's how we got these amounts here.
Sorry, Aziza, about the 800,000. How did you get it?
The 800 is 480 plus 200.
Yes. Yes.
480 plus 200 plus
Plus
70
120.
plus the
No,
120. Let me just see.
it's
Is it not
It
480,
should
eight?
equal to
200 plus
700.
120.
Okay, so we're going to take the 700 out of the equation because we are writing off M department. So we're not going to use that 70,000. Same concept
Yes.
that I applied here. We had deducted that amount.
Oh, I get it. Now I get it.
Okay. So we're going to deduct it there. Let's put a note there. And then you get your 800,000. So that's how you got your 122 and your 500. The next one was the requisition of direct materials. So it was 130 plus 52 equals
180.
wait quickly. What is going on here now? No, why don't I? Okay. So that is 260. But what amount must come out of my 260? Is there anything that must come out?
Why we add with 130? Because the production department got 78,052, which is equal to 130,000.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, man, I read wrong. It's from looking now. That was not right. So it's read that. So that's the 78. Okay. So calculate for me now the 30,600. I want you to write that off now.
M,
Yes.
59, 160.
Okay. Just hold on there quickly. All the others, just did you get 59, 160? If you didn't get 50, okay, there's somebody, but that's Portia, PM. Okay. If you didn't get 59, 160, let us know. Then we can just explain it to you. 39,900. Okay, yes.
Can you explain it for me,
Okay, I'll
please?
do that. Okay, so we're gonna take the 78 year, right? And once again, we're gonna say 78 divided by 130 times my 98,600 I want to write off. Then you're going to get that amount of 59,160. Then you take the 52 and you apportion it divided by 130 times your 98,600. And then you're going to get the amount of 39,440. And that will equal your 98,600 that we are going to write off. Can you see? So
Thank you.
now we add it up. Okay, so now thanks. Now we add it up and you're going to get 362,440 and 997,560. But now, if they give us any indication, they said to us that labor hours for production was 12,000, right? And that was 10,000. Okay, so now you're going to divide it. 997,560 divided by your 12,000, and you're going to get, I'm just rounding it off, an amount of 84 Rand, an amount of 33 Rand. So this is my overhead recovery rate.
It's 36.
What is 36?
362, 440 divided by 1,000. 10,000, sorry.
Yeah, it should be 36 something. How much is it? 36 Rand.
36.24.
Okay, so let's leave it at 36. Okay. So this is how you do it. Let's look at number 9, question 9. Okay. And give me question 9 is something called the milling. The milling, the finishing, the maintenance, and the administration department. So I want you to do the primary allocation for me.
On page 89.
No, page 41. Assignment
Oh,
question
okay.
9. I've got a headache that is killing me. Primary allocation.
For milling is 624,000.
Okay. Finishing.
For finish is 480,000. And
Okay.
maintenance is 240,000. And administration is 180.
Okay. Let's do the secondary allocation. For maintenance. milling. Okay, 168,000. And what is finishing department? Anybody get the finishing department? $72,000. Does everybody now she got that? The rest of the class? Ethan, do you understand how she got that 168 and the 72,000? Rushana? Robin?
No, I don't. That's
Okay,
I also don't, Aziza.
okay. Maintenance department render service are allocated on area space. Area space is 6,300, right? And 2,700 gives me 9,000, right? Once again, 6,300 divided by 9,000 times 240,000. Here I'm going to say 2,700 divided by 9,000 times 240,000. And that's how she got the 168,000 and the 72,000 because it's on floor space. You have to go look what are they saying to us. They told us that it's based on floor space. You have to go and base it the cost on the floor space. Okay. Clear now. Robin, Rushana, is it clear? Better.
Yes, Aziza, I made the mistake of including the floor space of the maintenance department as well.
Oh, the 1, 2, and the 900.
Yes.
Okay. Now let's do the administration. Let's write off this amount here. The 180. So Robin is going to give me this answer now. Portia, don't type the answer in the block. Robin is going to give it to me.
Aziza, you putting pressure on me. I'm correcting myself a lot as we're going along here today.
Look at here what daughter says that on that cycle thing when they call on the people, when the people gone, they don't return back again to class. They just missing.
Okay.
I hear my daughter says to the people, See what daughter says, technical difficulties. Then she switches the mic off. She says, yes, she just see the man put the mic on for her.
Oh, shame. Okay, let me
But
just
don't
try this.
worry,
Give
it's
it a
just
go.
me, man. It's just us.
Okay. Aziza, is it 108,000?
Yes, it is,
Okay.
bestie. The
Okay,
other one?
thank you. I must still do that one quickly. I first wanted to check if I did the right thing with this one.
Okay.
$72,000.
You could have just said 180 minus 108. You'd also get the answer.
Gotten the answer.
With quicker for time.
Okay.
Okay. So
Aziza,
now,
I wanted the way you doing it,
yeah.
it's different to in the textbook. Because in the textbook, they've got adding all this apportionment numbers, and the way you do it by dividing it, I think it's much more. It's easier, but I just need to get the hang of it.
Yes, the book is very confusing because you must still figure it out.
Yes, that's why I'm falling so behind today. Because I'm trying to grasp the way you doing it. Because I find it to be a better way in the textbook.
Okay. Thank you, my
Yeah.
bestie.
You're welcome.
You, when you said yeah, it's like false. Okay, so now we got, no, I calculated it wrong.
Must include the
Where's the
480,
amount?
624.
Yeah, okay, I saw that. So now they're saying to us, I want you to calculate the overall recovery rate for me. Not Porsche. Porsche's too clever for us. We don't like clever people. Yeah, I'm like a bully. I'm one of those bullies. Can you see it stepping? That's what's called the step method. Like trappen van vergelijking.
Sorry, Aziza.
Yes.
Yes, under the administration, did we say it's 1,200 plus 900, or we use the 9,000 for production department?
And the administration, we used, Robin, what did we use there?
108.
Yeah, the 180,000.
Sorry, I didn't.
But under
Yes.
area occupied square meters, we use 9,000 or 2,900, which is 1.2 plus 900 rand.
No, the administration render service to production department and the costs are allocated based on the number of employees. So I'm assuming it was 150, right? 150 plus 100 is 250. So 150 150 divided by 250 times, is it the 180,000? And that's how we should have got it.
Oh, okay. All right.
My pleasure. So let's calculate the production overhead recovery rates. Any answers except Portia? Portia's fired. She's fired in this chapter. Roshana, anything? Thirty rand for milling. Yes. So my machine hours was 30,000 hours, and my finishing was 20,000 hours. Machine hours. So we divided, and we got 30 rand a year, and here we got 31 rand 20, if I'm correct. Okay, so this pretty much is done now. This is not that difficult.
Can you repeat, Aziza, how can you get a 30 rand?
30 rand. I took that and then I divided it by that, and I got 30 rand per hour. That is
You
my
took
cost.
30,000.
Yes, the 30,000 milling machine hours, and that was
Yes.
624,000 rand divided by 20,000 hours. It gave me a 31 rand absorption rate. Oh, sorry, recovery rate.
Oh,
Okay. And this is it. My head is so sore. I'm gonna have to just take off the recording. My head is so sore, I can't go further.